You can have a seat if you'd like. All right, well, welcome to Wisconsin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for taking the time to meet with us today
Okay.
here. So, why is Wisconsin so important at this point in the race?
Because it has a lot of delegates. And we're searching for delegates. We have a path to victory. We have in the last week won the state of Idaho and the state of Utah with over 78% of the vote. We won Democrats abroad with 67% of the vote. We think we're going to do well in Alaska. We hear we're doing well in Washington state. So we think we have a lot of momentum. We want to take that momentum here into this beautiful state. And if we do well here in Wisconsin, and we do well in New York State, and we do well in California, you know what? We're on our way to the White House.
So you still see this ending in a win?
Absolutely. No, we're look, we had to go through the Deep South, and Deep South's a beautiful country, but it is one of the more conservative parts of America. We did not do well there. We're now heading to the West. We're heading to regions of this country where progressive politics is what people believe in, and we think we're going to do very, very well in the coming contests.
So you won Minnesota. You were down in Michigan and ended up winning Michigan. Do you think that means you can win Wisconsin?
Oh, absolutely. No, we think we have a good chance to win Wisconsin. We are putting together a very good grassroots organization. You know, Wisconsin, as you know, has one of the great progressive traditions in the United States of America. And we look forward to working with our friends in the trade union movement, the environmental community, the women's community, the gay community. We think we can put a coalition together that's going to win here.
We're in a big college town here. University of Wisconsin's here in Madison. So I know we've got a lot of college students who really like your plan for free college tuition. How can you make that come to fruition for them? How can you make that?
Well, it's not just me. All of us have got to work together to make it happen. The truth is that in the year 2016, with a changing and evolving economy, with new technology, young people need more education in order to make it into the middle class and get good jobs than was the case 50 years ago. Public education has got to change. And that means it is no longer good enough to talk about free public education from first grade to 12th grade. We've got to include free tuition at public colleges and universities. Now, we pay for that by a tax on Wall Street speculation, because I believe that when the middle class bailed out Wall Street after their greed and recklessness and illegal behavior helped nearly destroy our economy, it is appropriate for them now to help the middle class of this country.
I know voter turnout is going to be really important for you to have a good chance in Wisconsin, and we have a couple of laws that have changed here: voter ID, voter registration. Do you see that as a threat to crippling voter turnout?
Sure. I mean, that's what its purpose is about. You have a governor who wants to suppress the vote, make it harder for people to vote, so that in elections, people who have the money can buy elections, and working people and poor people and people of color can't vote. What Scott Walker is doing is what goes on all over this country with Republican governors. They are cowardly, they're afraid of free and fair elections, and they're trying to deny people the right to vote. I think that that is horrendous, and if elected president, this is an issue we're going to deal with. In America, you know, which has such a great democratic tradition, everybody, at the age of 18 years of age or older, should be able to be registered to vote and vote. I want to see us have one of the highest voter turnouts in the world, not one of the lowest.
Wrap it up? Sure. Okay, one last question for you then. What do you say to people who say you should drop out of the race and let Hillary take over so she can focus on Donald Trump?
Well, let's see. In the last week, we won one election with 67% of the vote. One election was 78% of the vote. Another one was 78% of the vote. Looks like today we're going to be over 70% of the vote in several elections. I think we're not talking about dropping out. I think we're talking about going to the White House and winning this thing.
Excellent.
Okay.